ACT tests, part 2. Again, I'll move fairly quickly. Number 20. Sergio plans to paint the 4 walls of his room with 1 coat of paint. The wall is rectangular and each wall is 10 feet by 15 feet. We don't know whether it's 10 feet tall or not. He will not need to paint the single 3 foot by 5 foot window. I'm going to start drawing this in. So he's got a window here, let's just say. And let's argue for the time being it's 10 high and it's 15, 15, 15, 15 long. So he will not need to paint the 3 by 5 foot rectangular window. So that's 3 by 5, which is 15 feet squared. And the 3.5 by 7 foot rectangular door. So this is 3.5 times 7 feet, which is 24.5 feet squared. So he knows that each gallon of paint covers between 300 and 350 square feet, and he can only get 1 gallon cans. What's the minimum number he needs? Well, all 4 walls, and then subtract out these. So 4 times 15 times 10 is 600 feet squared minus 15 minus 24.5 gets us to 560.5 feet squared. It only covers 350. If we get 2 gallons, it's 700. So 1 is not enough, 2 is more than enough. So we need 2 gallons. Notice that there's not a lot of room to do your work. On the real test, there will be. This one's just a little bit short. What values are solutions for x squared plus 2x equals 8? Always set any factoring problem with an equal to 0. Parentheses, x plus 4, x minus 2. If you need help with factoring, I suggest you look it up online. Solve -4 -4 and 2. Done. I think I'll check those real quick. I'm going to check the 2. That's easy. Just to see if I'm in the right ballpark. 0 definitely doesn't work, so I know it's not this one. 2 squared is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Looks like I'm in the right spot. Might have been easier to start by checking answers. Factoring problems are like that. For all a is greater than 1, the expression 3a to the 4th over 3a to the 6th equals, well, the 3's cancel. A to the 4th cancels down to 2, so we end up with 1 over a squared. They might write it as a to the -2. Let's see. Nope. I left it as 1 over a squared. If point M has a non-zero x-coordinate, so it's not on one of the axes, and a non-zero y-coordinate, and the coordinates have opposite signs. Well, here the signs are plus, plus. Here they're plus, minus. Here they're minus, minus. Here's their minus, plus. They have it backwards there. Negative x, positive. There it is. Good. Then point M must be located in which of the 4 quadrants below? Well, 2 or 4. Because 1 and 3 have the same. So that's a simple knowledge problem. Do you know what the coordinates are and how to manipulate them? So the fixed costs of manufacturing basketballs in a factory are $1,400 per day. Variable costs are $525 per basketball, which is the following when used to model the cost. Well, fixed cost means we just add it once. Variable cost means 5.25 times however many basketballs we're making. So that's the cost right there. So 5.25 times B plus 1,400. That's this one right here. That's a pre-algebra problem. Just got to practice to get it. In the figure below, where a triangle ABC and KLM are similar, lengths are given in centimeters. What's the perimeter of triangle ABC? Well, we've got to find the scale factor. So it's 7.5. I'm going to do this one differently. I'm going to do 3 over 7.5. We know that equals AB over 12.5. So AB equals 5. Same thing again, 3 over 7.5 equals BC over 15. And BC equals 6. So this is 5. This is 6. They want to know the perimeter. 6 and 5 is 11, and 3 is 14. Done. Could also have probably added up the whole other perimeter and done it that way. It's fine. If 3 over root 7 equals over a root 7 equals 3 root 7 over 7, well, these cancel, and just set these equal. A root 7 equals 7. Divide by root 7, divide by root 7. A equals 7 over root 7, but if you've got a decent math teacher in your life that told you you can't do that, 7 root 7 over 7. Cancel, you're left with root 7. A hot air balloon 70 meters above the ground. Here's the balloon. It's 70 meters up. Is going down at 6 meters per second. Another hot air balloon at 10 meters is rising at 15 meters per second. Then there's a tenth of a second. How many seconds will they be at the same height off the ground? That's hard. I believe this is considered a linear equation problem. This one is negative 6x plus 70. And I have to do a little erasing here because I'm out of space. And this one is 15x plus 10. So we have to set them equal. So I'm going to add 6 to this side, subtract 10. I get 60 equals 21x. Divide both sides by 21. X equals 2.9. That's confusing. Just consider that this one starts at 70. That's what this is, and it's moving down to negative 6. The other one's start at 10 and moving up at 15. So you just set them equal. Hiking group will go from a certain town to a certain village by van on one of 4 roads, by bicycles on one of 2 paths, and to a waterfall by one of 6 trails. How many routes are possible? So they start here, they go here, they go here, and they've got 4 ways here, 2 ways here, 6 ways here. Multiply them up. If you haven't seen this problem before, get used to it. They like using it once, probably 2 out of every 3 tests. Not every test, but almost every test. You just multiply them out. 4 times 2 is 8, times 6 is 48. Cube A has an edge length of 2 inches. Cube B has double that, also known as 4 inches. What's the volume of cube B? Well, if it's a cube and it's got 4 inches on a side, I know the volume is just multiplying them all up, so it's 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. And double checking, yes, that's it. Formula used to compute the current value of savings account is this. Now, do you know how you're doing it? Have you seen this before? Otherwise, it's what I call plug and chug. What's the present amount? If they put 10,000 in originally, and it's 0.04, and it's 5 years. If you don't know this one, it's actually a bit of common sense. And if you have $10,000, you're getting some interest, you'll get some money. You're certainly not going to get this much. You're certainly not going to get that little, and you're going to get that every year. So Hopefully that makes some degree of sense to you. A right cylinder. Circular cylinder shown in the figure below with dimensions given in centimeters. What's the total surface area of the cylinder in square centimeters? They give you all this information, but just don't mess with this. Immediately turn that into a radius. And now we're just multiplying out 2 times pi times 10 squared plus 2 times pi times 10 times 20. That's h. Blast it out, see what you get. Here you're going to get 200 pi. Over here you're going to get 400 pi. Together they make 600 pi. Given f(x) is this and g of x is that, what's the expression for this? It's called the composite, and you can see g is inside f. So take g and put it inside f. Write f with a blank where the x is, and in parentheses put the g in there. Then just do the math. 4x squared minus 8 plus 1, and then simplify. 4x squared minus 7. Done. Table below shows the total number of goals scored in each of 43 matches. What's the average number of goals to the nearest 0.1 goal? So can you analyze the table is what they're asking. There's 43 matches, so we're going to divide by 43. We have to figure out how many goals there are. Well, there's 0 in this. There's 1 in 10 matches. There's 2 in 5. There's 3 in 9. 4 in 7. 5 in 5. 6 in 1 and 14. And there is no good way to do this. You have to add them up. And you have to be careful. Make sure you put them into your calculator right. I get 120. I divide by 43. I get 2.8. Sounds about right for a soccer match. Done.